It's not a debate about which is better, but I did want to kind of talk about some of the reasons that I like a seamed sweater that aren't necessarily what you think. Why seamed sweaters? First of all, I think it's important to understand that construction is part of the design language. It's not something added on at the end. And when a designer chooses to make their sweater seamed, it's typically for a fairly particular purpose. Generally, what seams actually do is important, right? So seams are the bones of your sweater. If you think about the fabric as kind of being the flesh on top, your seams are what give the sweater structure. Have you ever seen that Far Side of the boneless chicken ranch, where the chicken are just lying around and have no bones? Anyway, seams provide the structure to the knitted fabric. If you've ever blocked a shawl, you know how easily it stretches out because there are no seams in a shawl. And it's very easy to overblock a sweater pieces because there's no seam to hold them in place. Knitted fabric wants to grow. All of the beauty of knitting is that it's stretchy, and all of the stitches are sort of related to each other. They're like little girls in a row holding hands, and they can move and stretch and get closer together, get further apart. And knitted fabric is the same way. The stitches want to grow. There's nothing holding them in place unless you have a seam. When you sew a seam, whether it's mattress stitch or fake grafting, stitch to stitch or row to row, however you do that seam, after you've made the seam, you're going to pull that seaming yarn until it's taut. So what that does is, as you're seaming, you're going back and forth between the two sides of the fabric. When you pull that seaming yarn taut, you are pulling all the stretch out of it. It's as though that seaming thread is lying completely straight, parallel to your seam. So the fabric at that point can't move any more than that. So the seams are there to say, this is as big as you get. You can't get any larger. So particularly when you have a large sweater like this one that I have here, if I didn't have those seams at the side, there would be a tendency for this sweater to get longer. So having that nice seam at the shoulder does the same thing. The knitted fabric across the shoulder here can't stretch out and get wider. So it's reacting against gravity in the length here. So the seam keeps it from pulling down. And then up here on the shoulder, it keeps your shoulder line nice and taut. And this is a fairly oversized drop-shouldered sweater. So you can see that there would be a great deal of a tendency for it to sag at the shoulder if it didn't have a nice firm seam. The most important thing for me that a seamed sweater offers is greater opportunity to fine-tune the fit. So when you have a sweater knitted in pieces, you can really adjust the size and shape of each piece independently of the rest of the sweater. And to me, that's enormously important because I am all about fit. If you're only knitting sweaters that are maybe yoke sweaters or very oversized drop shoulders, you're probably not too worried about precise fit because those kinds of sweaters don't fit very precisely. But when you get into sweaters that have a set-in sleeve, having the ability to really control the size and shape of each piece of your sweater independently is huge. Would the faux seams in some of the newer sweater designs make it stronger? Okay, that's a really good question. And it depends on the faux seam that you are doing. If you are doing a slipped stitch in the round to create a faux seam, that does not add structure. What that does is it forces a fold along the vertical edge of your sweater so that it hangs better, but it does not add the structure of a seam. What seamed sweaters make possible? And this is really important. As I said, when you don't have a separate sleeve piece that you're doing, all of your sleeves have to kind of be in proportion with your armhole depth in a particular kind of way. So if you look at most designers who are doing the German tailoring or the contiguous sleeve, all of their sleeve caps are exactly the same height and width proportionally, which is fine. But it does take away from you the ability to really kind of manipulate that. So let's look. So a high and narrow sleeve cap gives you a very close fitting sleeve, very modern and very tailored. And this is what that looks like. Do you see how high that sleeve cap is and how narrow it is? So that definitely gives you one look that you can control. Here's another set-in sleeve. Do you see that the top of that sleeve cap is much wider and it's shorter? Now, these two sleeve caps would likely fit into the same sized armhole because they both fit sweaters that I knit for myself, but they have a different look, a different shape. So with a sleeve cap adjustment, the taller and the sleeve cap is, the narrower it needs to be, and the wider you want it, the shallower it needs to be. Now, why would you want a taller and narrower or a shorter and wider sleeve cap? It has to do with the way the thing fits. So obviously a tall, narrow sleeve cap is going to fit much more closely around the arm. The shallower the sleeve cap, the more closely it approaches a dropped shoulder construction. So you have a great deal more ease in the underarm, and it's a more casual look, more easy fitting, more relaxed. And that is an even shallower and wider. So look at this one, which is medium, and this one, which is very shallow and wide. It's just barely a cap at all. And that fits into this jacket. This is a set-in sleeve. So you get that crisp line at the shoulder and that nice edge right there with the seam, and you get this straight up and down armhole line, but you have more ease under the arm. You see what I'm saying about the sleeve cap being designed and knit separately, giving the designer more control over the fit. Now, the next one I want to talk about is Raglan. So remember that a Raglan sweater, the top of the sleeve cap, forms a portion of the body. So it comes from the underarm. The sleeve comes from the underarm and runs up to sort of the mid front of your neck. When you have a seamed sweater, you can accommodate that because the sleeve comes up into the neckline curves. So the front of that sleeve has to work into the neckline. So the two sides of Raglan sleeves for sweaters that are knitted flat and seamed are different. And the sleeves themselves are mirror images of one another because the front of that sleeve cap is a portion of that curved neckline. And you can see it here. Do you see how you have this curved neck, and this portion of the sleeve is all the way up into his V neck, and it is accommodating that shape. Whereas in a top down in the round sweater, your Raglan line can't be as flat, and that goes to fit as well. But I did want to kind of open you to the idea of you don't have to choose. I love Britt Marie's designs. I have Kiki still on my needles, and I love my Lova. I love petite knits. I love cocoa knits. I love so many of the beautiful designs that are coming out of designers today that are very, I don't know, very simple, very modern. I love my favorite things. There's a ton of designers. As Amy Soderbergh mentioned, so many cute designs are coming from designers who like to knit top down in the round, which is fine. I just want you to consider that it's a reason, it's a choice, typically a design or a fit choice when designers opt to do things flat. So it gives them more control. If you think about many of the designers who we typically associate with patterns that are knit flat and seamed, Lisa Richardson, Martin Story, they came to knitting from a tailoring, a garment making background. And they are thinking about the knitted fabric and the construction of it in a way that they would think about it if they were doing a cut and sew. They're looking to provide those crisp lines and those dressmaker kinds of details that you really can only get with a seamed garment. So again, it's not a challenge that this is good or that's bad or whatever. If you're team seamless, I want you to think about maybe knitting a seamed sweater and just give it a go. Do it and keep an open mind and see how you feel about the fit. Thank you so much. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you as a subscriber. So I will see you next time. And in the meantime, keep knitting and create something beautiful.